So we're shooting episode 2 of Giant the Plant today. Gotta make sure we have everything before we can leave. Got studio laptop, tripod, memory cards, microphone, extra lens, battery, gimbal, coffee. Yeah, I think we're ready to do this. Let's roll. So today we're going to the Plant studio. He's working on some songs and some material there, so we're going to check that out. It's kind of a rainy day, which is sort of a bummer, but it's alright. I think we're going to cut a Rolling Stones cover as well. That'll be cool. Excited for y'all to see that. Alrighty, and we're here. I'm excited to see what this guy's working on. I haven't been here in a little bit, so I'm not really sure. Lord knows he's always working on something though. I'm excited to see what kind of guitars he's got in here right now, because it's always kind of like changing and he's funneling through, so I never really know. Hey, what's up?
Hey, what's going on?
Not a whole bunch. What are you working on?
Oh man, I'm trying to learn guitar parts, relearn guitar parts that I recorded last week. What's happening?
What's happening?
Yeah, I'm just
Guitar parts for what?
well, this is a new Wynonna song to be put out soon, hopefully.
Oh, cool.
A girl named Katie Crutchfield, who goes by the artist name is Waxahachie.
Okay.
Great, top 10 records of 2020 kind of artist. Sent this, and we're working on it together. And so I had some ideas last week, and I came down here. Basically, built an entire band track. Myself in here. So
No, nice.
I started with this guitar, which is a very precarious tool.
I love the K is awesome.
Yeah, it is awesome. It's very. When I'm down here, which is daily, I arrive usually in mid-morning. The odd thing is I wear a few hats in this business, even though I'm only wearing one right now. It's black, but I have to generally get on the phone, and that's the sad reality of the music business. You still have to do the business part.
So this is Studio A. This is kind of the control room. He can tell you.
Brainchild. This is where all the every other mic line and building that are attached here, which are 3 total, I guess, really 4, all funnel their ways. This is all wired where mic lines show up in each room and can be, brought in here. And this would be like where the engineer or myself more than likely sit all the time and sort out who's playing what, or if it's just me, I just go over there and play, and I have remote. I got a laptop that'll run it from wherever I'm at. So
nice. So you can track anything, and everything comes back to you.
Track everything, and and often if there's a whole band, they're more than likely everybody's in my big room. But then amps could be on the far side of Studio B over here, as we call it, or in it. But everything is still going to wind up here because it comes back through mic lines to the whole, the patch bay and all this.
When I'm down in the studio, a lot of the time I'll kind of start off by just kind of getting like a track ready, or maybe I'm working on something already. some of the time when I'm down here too, I'm just like filming, you know, Instagram, TikTok, Reel, you know, that kind of material, and just kind of putting together something like that. Learning songs to play for that kind of material. So here, I'm going to show you. Come over here. We can take a look at this.
You might notice I've tidied up in here a little bit.
It does look a lot better since last time I was here. That's for sure.
I'm a little unkept when I'm working.
So what is all this madness you got?
I'm going to put this guitar somewhere semi-safe. So here you go. This is the patch bay. This is the worst and the best tool in the music business.
Yeah, it looks like the patch bay from hell.
I spend a lot of time talking to myself, and as I used to say, my grandfather said, a Shetland pony will teach you how to cuss, not really ride a horse. This kind of re-educates you how to cuss. When you work and it's almost like fishing, you try and create songs that are going to inspire you. You try and create music that makes you not be able to wait to put it together. And when you get that little creative sparkle in something, whether it's, you know, a lyric or just chord changes or something, it's the best. I mean, that to me, I love being on stage and I love playing in front of people because that's an immediate feedback. But after doing this a long time, and I think even when you're young, as soon as you start creating something that's never existed before, and getting to use all your tools, getting to play different instruments, or, you know, put together the track and start feeling it turn into a song, into a record, into a piece of music that you can, you know, share. There's nothing better. Pre and parametrics. I've just kind of got a general potpourri. I've got Burl, and then these are my universal audio mic lines the mic pre's that I basically leave the drum set. I never touch it. And that's what's, you know, as is all the time.
Nice.
The levels are set, and I honestly I kind of forget to even look that those are here.
Yeah.
This LA2A, which is a classic compressor,
okay,
you know, leveler basically. That thing I try and get in the chain as often as possible, especially for vocals.
Yeah.
But acoustic guitar, there's some amazing little tricks you can play with that. And the thing I love is you can actually put your hands on these knobs and turn until you hear it sound great.
Yeah, which there's always something to be said about.
Yeah.
Like, in the box is awesome, and there's definitely, like, you can pretty much do all this stuff in some way in the box, but having the actual hardware and turning it's like driving an old car.
Yeah.
It has that mechanical. So the best feeling in the world is like when you're working on a song and you're so inspired by like the melody or the rhythm of something, and you're just like, you get like sucked in, and it's like you have to do your best to kill every distraction that you possibly can, because the magic you can create when you're in that moment is it's rare and it's special, and it's really cool to experience, like once you can hear it actually, you know, on tape or whatever. So this is Studio B right here. This is the vocal area portion of it. So this room is awesome. It's really, I would say it's bigger than a lot of vocal booths, or your typical vocal booth rather, but it still has that kind of like I don't know if you can hear it on camera, but it's a very dead room. Like, the sound doesn't travel, it doesn't bounce off the walls. There's dampening that's happening in this room, which is really cool, and so it gives you kind of like a bigger space to record in. I do a lot of my writing literally just like right there in that chair, and like when I'm in this room, because like when I'm writing, I want to be able to just record the vocal kind of like right away, so I don't lose the melody or lose the thought or the energy of what I was singing. The first thing I do when I come to the studio every day, make coffee. Make coffee. Thanks,
cheers.
Sir. Cheers.
To another day. I sit right here. This is my spot for, music, computer, just whatever, wrestling the realities of outside life. Mm-hmm. This is the ultimate, when you're in there, whether it's with a band, me and you, or whoever else, and you need a getaway, a little clear the thoughts, you come in here, turn on the television maybe watch Twin Peaks, because that's,
Or golf.
best show ever, but or golf. And then at the end of a full long day, especially when there's a whole band and crew and whatever here, this becomes a bit of a whiskey bar or a pub.
This, in a way, is kind of like the green room of the studio.
Mm-hmm. This is exactly what this is.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's time now to go to Studio C. Show them the big room.
The big room where the truthful magic happens.
And a lot of the action happens in Studio C. So this is Studio C. This is where a lot of the magic and action happens in here.
This has been most of the noises, the big noises, happen in here. I had this dream of there being a place that you could put a whole band.
Right.
And all the things that over the years of playing drums, particularly, that I'd always dreamt of, having a small, riser basically under the drums, just gives them, there's just some more sub things that happen, and they just have a little more life. So doing that was a big part of this. It's on concrete, of course, but having that float, and then doing all the treatment, like over the drum kit.
Yeah.
I can bring down the gobos and close it in, so I can bring in gobos on the side, so you have actually a small room, like an old drum booth. I thought it was kind of ironic.
So you can get a lot of uses out of this. Yeah.
You build a big room, and then all of a sudden I'm going, oh, now I'm into small drum sounds and tight. So then I start closing it in. Keep what everybody needs, a wall of drums. Not that this is the only drums right here. There's plenty more. 1937, 1936 steel, but they sound like, they're called the Spirit of St. Louis. That's made from the same run of metal as the actual airplane that Amelia Earhart flew in. But but there's plenty of, and they all have stories. They're all mostly old, pretty much all old in here anyway, but it's easy because they can grab them. I can be right back to work. In the last year, we've filmed an immense amount in here. We've done I think it was CBS, it was CBS, the John Lewis tribute. There was a big broadcast. We did it here. Just finished doing this year's PBS, their yearly fundraiser concert. We did that in here. Not that long back, had Bobby Weir of the Grateful Dead standing right here, singing and playing guitar on a Wynonna and the Big Noise cut Ramble on Rose, and so Bob was here. He was in the trailer. He sat at the table and told me about flying helicopters with Elon Musk. That was anyway.
Well, should we play something?
I mean, that's what this place is for. It's for actually, making noise. What are you? You're gonna play a?
I'll play guitar. Which amp should I use over here?
Well, there's a nice selection here. There's out of the ones that are released in this room, but this one here, this Princeton, Charlie White, who's the guitar player in the Big Noise. And he tends to just like to leave it here for, rent free. I mean, I keep it for him, but I don't charge him anything. So I say, let's go ahead and put it to use today. Why don't you play it? And then when Charlie sees this, he'll go, wait, what? Who's using my amp? What's going on? So,
you ready?
I'm ready. Let's do this.
All right, let's do it. Let's see what we can do here.
Make a groove.
All right.
there's definitely late in the afternoon when especially summertime, sun's starting to kind of wane, and just look for a perfect glass of whatever bourbon I'm into at that point in time, and a cigar, and then sit out here and just put my feet up on the table and go, it's good to be king.